Well, it's been a while, Dave, since I've been able to be on the bus with Jerry Jones here at the Scouting
Welcome
Combine.
back, yeah.
Yeah, it's been I don't remember it being over an hour like it was today. And that was obviously the biggest news that came out because he dropped a lot of nuggets, I would say.
We call that a marathon information session, I think.
All right. Well, we're gonna get to it here as quickly as we can touch on a lot of things. Obviously, for him, the CBA is the biggest thing, obviously, because that's what made him a few minutes late, because he's been in those meetings. He comes in there, but he gave us a lot of time. The CBA kind of is where everything starts.
I think this is the most hectic combine week I can remember in a while, because in addition to the players and all the personnel decisions that all these GMs and coaches are making, they're trying to negotiate a new 10-year deal for the NFL. Obviously, Jerry Jones is at the epicenter of that. And as he just spent 20 minutes explaining to us, it's going to affect the Cowboys really, really heavily in terms of, you've got a franchise quarterback you've got to sign. You've got a franchise caliber wide receiver who you also have to sign. We'll throw Byron Jones in there for good measure. And oh, by the way, whether or not the CBA gets passed and the terms of it is going to affect the structure. It's going to affect how many tags they have to use, transition tag and franchise tag. It's not a stretch to say that over the next 2 or 3 weeks, what happens with this CBA is going to affect how they sign these guys, how many of them they can sign, how much it's going to cost them. I don't know how Jerry Jones deals with the stress, because just talking about it, I mean, I'm serious, it freaks me out. Just because, the new league year starts in less than a month, and the Cowboys have about 2.5, 3 weeks to have all these dominoes fall into place if they're going to start building this roster the way they want to.
Yeah, and you're right about that. It was the domino effect, and it starts there, it goes to Dak, and I thought one of the interesting things he said about Dak is just, comparing him to his own son.
Yeah.
And he said, it's kind of like Steven. If something were to happen, I mean, we're not going to not get it done. We're not going to not move forward without Steven. So, I mean, he's basically saying he's one of the sons. He's going to be here. But like you said, how much are they going to sign him for and when and all that?
It's got to work. I think he said, don't think for a minute that we won't hold his rights. Like,
right.
they want to get a deal done before the new league year starts, before they would have to franchise tag him, but they will tag him if they have to. And that's just one of what feels like about 50 pieces to this puzzle that they've got to sort out. Like I said, I mean, February's ending this weekend, and the new league year starts March 18th, so there's not a lot of time to work with.
There was a time when you would say that Jason Witten was in that family tree, and he still might be, but he said, I want Jason Witten to come back. And Jason has said he wants to come back and play, and he also said he thinks that Witten can still play. So, where's the holdup? And I even asked him that. Where's the holdup?
Yeah.
And he was like, I think it says with his role. I think if you read between the lines, it sounds like, yeah, you could probably come back to be a backup. Do you want that?
Exactly. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. And Jerry Jones was sure to say, Mike McCarthy's not the reason why Witten isn't here, but it sounds like they do not feel comfortable with him as their full-time, every-down starter in 2020, and I think it's going to depend on whether or not Jason Witten's okay with that.
And then there's Dez.
How's that? We're already way into this video, and we just got to, the best quote of the entire day. Apparently, Jerry Jones has been thinking about bringing back Dez while he's in the shower.
Right.
I don't think... Listen, I'm used to hearing Jerry say a lot of wild stuff, but that's right up there at the top of it. I was not expecting to hear Jerry talk about, basically not closing the door on bringing Dez Bryant back. Dez has been on Twitter and Instagram for a month or so, kind of angling for a return to the franchise. I don't know about you. I kind of laughed it off. Yeah. And then the owner of the team says, oh, don't dismiss it. I'm thinking about it. So I don't know what that means, but it's definitely interesting.
Definitely. Well, there's so much more than just that. And so we're going to end it here. But remember, DallasCowboys.com, we're going to touch on a lot more subjects. Byron Jones' future, Robert Quinn, Tyrone Crawford,
Randall Cobb, Sean Lee, the list goes on and on and on.
Also, Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor. Sounds like yes, but not right now. He also compared him to Tom Landry, which is fine.
It was a day.
Yeah,
it was a day here in Indianapolis.
All right. So next time on DallasCowboys.com, I'm Nick Eatman, David Helman. See you down the road.